Adamu live so ewo TV so eka ho ni nyina wo kuma se dum boss eba abrosan ye mo ensema ye de ba no de di mo akotene bi ene se eno Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia ya wotu Frank Adiam MPP amanyoko no wakasa na ensema waka no ye de mu bebre ebremo anopai ora John ajekum kofo kanema mpani akamfo ora Bawumia se oye obi a oye daatse edema Ghana man emerese bejefie nsakire bia ba ho amane senti wate committee foforo kra ye be from committee on economy na no de be no beye ura se chemen sabo so akireke mo ade akire yen ura Alban Kingsford Sumana Gbagben eye chiame ewo merese bejefie speaker wode tudwa MPs a womo akwadre wa adwuma no mu a bebre aluso omusiti a won sa ma merese bejefie no ebetime ha omudwumadi ankasa committee bia wote ye se wonye nhwemu emfa IGP ne ne ba bonten ye se mpanifo bi pese ebopo na etu no no atachia na da no wode abase enche bia omde omumu aye a omunsa aka nyina no ebeba ba betudwa abusiafo ukọ sahwe wi oso constituency a Western North de ogira pra komra hyebegafie wandi sedimo de asem bia todwa se akuafo nyina en supporto NDC amanyekuo no ensem na doso kakra motie yi eye atifi sema yedi nkyeremo no eba yedemo live Facebook and na YouTube account TV so eye Promise TV ni na okumase adum possible electricals and na so yesena ndopay yede kaseboy bremo Korea na asemo meni Joseph Amwaten na namo Oduefour na sabere pinaman na penkra hene chiame na meni modi ahie ensam no aniem Enra Dr. Alhaji Mahamadu Bawumia ya oyo mampani abede kire na wo se 2 franc adiama MPP amanyeko no ejira na so kasa adonhwere mienu firnonsia ekosu na nwotwe na ensema woka nyina ye ono ankasa na niswade hu na obeyo mampani a wode beba emu bi ene sen so obeyo mampani a oman yasoafo no obete so enti asoafo ne abede kirefo nyina no ebeso bete abama akoma kwaduenum ya je se enye bebrebe ebiem osin obehwe se ye benya tumi a ye de bedi ye dwuma ewo ye mensimensimu de frɛ no decentralization no ose ne ye de ano na eka na so enheda animu paasa eno oba obehwe se ye betumi aye ne sa pepepe
the private sector along with fiscal and administrative decentralization, improving our systems and the way our institutions function will lead to greater efficiency, cutting waste and ensuring value for money in procurement. The move towards private sector provision of many public services would create the fiscal space of at least 3% of GDP annually. This represents a major paradigm shift. Additionally, an efficient system of governance will require even fewer ministers. I would have, therefore, no more than 50 ministers and deputy ministers.
Ehon sambo na motiye no ya sempapa dayeso papa baso dia kagana ewie kura na no chi no osade to dwabiem se e-levy no enya ade a ne bodwoso enti obeyo mampani a e-levy obetwam sa emesin levy a ese ka tungusie ye betwetwe ene obeye fro kra se do ne yenyi fro a obeyi afe eno danche a sa 15% VAT on electricity no so obese ye fro kra.
Apart from the obvious economic benefits of moving in the direction of a cashless society, the literature does indicate that the more electronic payments are used in transactions as opposed to cash, the more there is traceability and therefore the less the corruption. I would like to bring Ghana close to a cashless economy in the shortest possible time. So far, the Bank of Ghana has made a lot of progress in this direction by putting in place a lot of the systems and infrastructure required. These include mobile money interoperability, merchant interoperability, the universal QR code system, GH-Link, debit cards, eSwitch, and Ghana Pay. We have put in place the necessary infrastructure for Ghana to go cashless. Ladies and gentlemen, To move towards a cashless economy, however, we have to encourage the population to use electronic channels of payment. To accomplish this, under my administration, there will be no taxes on digital payments. The e-levy will therefore be abolished.
Eni amuti yei ayo mampani abadi akira wose tu franka de ma NPP amenyoko no Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia eno no eno a ne nsam no na mu ode ne mu hwam na nsambo no de ano odin eno achi no na before say wo be kasa no na owura John Ejekunkofo wodi kan akasa Ghana mampani dada na odi tudwa se ye kasa obi ye man of destiny na Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia na woni ne dada ewa abrochire ena bra na nado de ne baaye se wo meye ne franka tufo abedi kire no na binom mpeso omote ase na so ka chom se hey abrante we menene kohia abrochire wo be presente paper bi wo wi ayemeka kire se papa jire ho ate na be kwa akire enti munya abrante we ampa Dr. Bawumia ayam obi ehunu se wo sefata pa se dachen wo bedru akire.
I have always seen him as a man of destiny. When I first saw him, and that was about 2002, he was just a research assistant to the governor of the central bank, and in faraway London. This young man delivered a paper at an international conference of giants from the city of London, the financial world, and some very powerful people of government. And immediately he finished his address, he was going to sit down, but there was something in his statement and about him. I was president of Ghana then. In fact, till then I hadn't even spoken with him ever before. But I sent somebody, I think one of the officers with me, go and call me that young man. He came, I congratulated him, and I don't know what came in me. Prophetically, I told him, carry on like that, and you'll go far. I come to bear witness that this man definitely is on a mission determined by destiny. And please, let's all accept him to continue.
Mesramu ada mumu ye nyina nka Bawumia ho yempia no yemwa no na wonto so na ye ka se obi odache a abrante man of destiny. Owura oseche mensabo nso na edom dodo a wo mra sebedwefie oda wo ma no o che se wo mo call na anu ye no ensakra bia ba wo mo dwumadie mu no enema bi wo so asesa kakra wo mo de bia beka ho se wo manya committee bi a ye frɛ no committee on the economy na no mmerahye bedwafo a wo mo wo nimde efa oman kyekere won ye frɛ sɛ economy no na wo mo eba be edom saa ekuo no ebio wo mehwe sɛ bosi a ye gigigi nyina no ɛho hyehyɛ ɛho mmara ɛbɛboa economy na oman no na yama wo mo adisa adwuma no.
Some new committees. For instance, we didn't used to have a committee on the economy. We now have a committee on the economy. And the reason is simple. When we contract loans and refer same agreements to the finance committee with a report on the goodness or otherwise of the facility, and usually they relate to the terms and conditions of the impact, the payment schedule, and the impact of the loan. And we felt that no, we need a committee on the economy that will dive into this, even if they don't have the competence to so advise. They will engage experts who will go into this and then inform Parliament accordingly, so that in making any decision on approval of the loan facility or whatever facility will be so guided. The minority leader, we listened to him, was talking about these things. On what are they foundations of a person's head? We want it firmed up, well documented, well researched, so it will be part of the records of Parliament. So
now we are no side to just committee on national security so o mate bi ya no ebeboa ama ebambo so wasayire mu yie pa.
We don't have a committee on national security. National security involves much more than policing and also the resort to physical defense of the territories of the Republic, including Increasingly, we have communication, cyber security feature very prominently. What to do with that? You don't sit down here and there is a cyber attack on the country, the banks, collapsing the banks and so on and so forth. How do you deal with it? It's the reason why we want to have such a committee.
Any amuti ye honorable Osechemen Sabunsu a drum the door Marashabu Jefi on a dawmano Oba Kumasi Swami or no and a MP Ewoho and Marashabu Jefi and Osaya MP Parliamentary Affairs. Yet I saw Marashabu Jefi now Honorable Alban Kingsford Sumana Gagbin and a year Marashabu Jefi Chairman Speaker of Parliament. What they are to just and you may be air Koswa or no officer Ebehanika Crescent say. Oh yeah, NDC for 2 Woma Ba Afra say no MP Sena no Matia so do so dear. You move as in chain, yeah, to about 2025, you money begina. And no correction on not a moon so if from Pim say, Oman Samba contested beam. What a can a drunum no. Now no MPP 4 years or more 2 years. A more drunum or tree, or Meluso Messitino, at the Ama for our woman ever pray. And the Mudum cross crack as a man from Pim Mabim. And to or her winning a bit about Quatia MP Marashabeja for P. said a woman do Jumano.
We woke up one Saturday and by the evening, we had lost 28 MPs through the primaries of the New Patriotic Party. Earlier last year, we lost 17 MPs through the primaries of the NDC, National Democratic Congress. Honorable members, the primaries are part of the process for the electorate to determine who represents them in Parliament. But the case of voluntary discontinuance of 5 and 19, followed by deselection of 17 and 28, is not a good signal for the legislature and for Ghana's democratic development. Experience, as we all know, counts in this house. But the endorsement of your party to contest is equal. Honorable members, the hemorrhage and cost to the nation, all stakeholders. And I want to appeal to the political parties to take this matter up seriously, because the investment that is made in an individual MP is so huge for the nation, just to always go away after every 4 years.
Enti eka ya bono MP se ho ne yede tete wo mo no onyanim de ne wie ne finhia nan ya bono bongarat away ne yede ne kwa emwa ne bo oman ne ka ad hoc committee committee bia woteye entra wa afebo che enche bia wie odwumadi an wo de ba wieye woteye se Dr. Akufo Dampare IGP onye nhwemu bi mfa ne e ba abonten nye ono mom ne mom nkrofo bi ni a obopo e de afa ho se awo se yetu IGP no owura Samuel Tachia ne da no committee na de odwuma nyina awie report nya ma abonten na nsen emu kakra diki de ba abonten ya no manfo bi checho madwene de afa ho na nso so owura Samuel Tachia de betu dwa se enu mfiri wo mo ho wo se de o maduro ne se omo krache no clerk no obekeka ne ma esi ani ne ni kirenya na omo de report ni na no abeto yanimo.
Most unfortunate that the criminal investigation apparatus of the state will have to find out who has put together a 72-page report and attributing it to the committee when the committee has never put together a 72-page report. They need to fish the person out, because this is a forgery which is against a whole parliament. I don't know who wants to steal the show. It's so prejudicial that you attribute a forgery to a committee of parliament. It's a very, very, very banal and low-cost behavior. And then we need to look at it, because it is distasteful. We're just waiting for the clerks to the committee come out with what we call a very simple but comprehensive report. And then we as members of the committee will sit together and look at what the clerks presented. And then when it's fit for purpose, we'll sanction it. And then I sign, and then the clerk will also sign. What was put in the public domain is so fraudulent that there's no signature of the chairman.
And Yamuti Honorable Samuel Atachia or no na chairman ad hoc committee on Parliament investigating committee na omoye Dr. Akufo Dampare IGP ne bia ba bonte fa ne ho no enhwehwemu na mote no NDC amanyoko no se ukọ Western North a se hwe also constituency the original pra commercial bia de ama wo mo Honorable Afol Kofi Bente na ono na wode atu kokọ akuafo nyina nim se was said, woman, dear, come back, a Pia Ura John Dramani Mahama pass and say, Naniswadi Hunu, then say, Emma, a queerfono, a demufua.
Bia koko, madoko koko mupe, mati koko, majuja koko, mahata koko, aswa koko. Nene, koko mama be ya accountant a. Mesrasa mama menko. Me koko duru ha, me di makanti na amasua no be ye koko. Ama ye huru se aban no osisi ye. Ye ni aban no be bo akonta. Contract ye ni aban hye se. Onye ye koko. Ya fo mu die ne se ye ti ase ma aban no twa koko no. Aban ni part ai wo so ye ne se ye koko no ye ni ye no tade ya de ma ye me bo a. Nti so amfa ma ye dia, e de obi onim emra kakra o ha bia ne ye se aban ya breaching the part of the contract. I was see a sue aban no. Na okuani bia aban no do afa sa kwan so aban aban no o compensate too. Also pata
Eni amuti ye Honorable Afol Kofi Bente ono na sehwe so constituency ogina prekomra sebejefie adiama NDC amanyoku ono na yenko ebura ye no ewo Hunter West ewo Western Region. Mrs. Mercy Esi Nunum na ye principal ebura Technical Institute na wode atudwa se ade betima asesa oman amayetima nyansa na dwuma ye technical education nti abawe ne botan ne se obese sane makura adane technical na ne apega technical no se de be ya emabu no betima nyantete ene ne ma bebre sa suku ya meka ho asami eye ebura Technical Institute eye World Vision for ene siye na so enfie bebre ababese ne ko yentimi nyansa krai bia wo renovation bia maso ye na ama omatima ye bia na niagia odi we atodwa
facilities in the classroom kakra ye wo na ye mbo azuometwe but we show na tools and equipment a oboboa me yetum ya kire mo formazi ni ye ndro no ye lack bebre this year mpono we had to renovate some workshop bia yan ye bi the door na ye renovation na ya ma eda dormitory as a supplement more ho the door nti dormitories ye will be na mbom ni nyina ya ma school e sand on nye technical school a owo the whole of a Hunter West akrope na ye wo nyi bi wo baby abio na sisi anu su e bible hwe nzama amofo me waye school no oruko enyim kakra na so ye ni infrastructure na ye wonda da do no me ye wanyen ibi mbaka ho nti yesre aban na obia otum wa bo hende wombra wombokọ hene mboa na school ontum mpeja.
Mrs. Mercy Esi Nunu ya oye principal Ebura Technical Institute Hunter West na waka saying sa exhibition omoye a third year student school ni bia ogina pemiensa ya wo ya bewie Steven Wonza ene di anima oyeye ono so gina ni nua na school fo na mu e de adesrade to aban anim
ena mo peti mo de building bia ye dom but ono so bed boss ni that na de bed well to se bi ni ena se yin assembly o guest di ena school dan aka se betam ni bi sisi a class aka wo de department bia to class no sisi a ye nyina ye bo mu tie ba ye boys be bit say general class nti ye wo fashion electricals BC other courses nyina ye nyina tran ba bi fa ko nti se tam ye wo department se no ena obi aba ko department obi ye nso electrical se ye tran ba bi so ye tran ye general class no ona se tran so ade ena sisi ye hia maka board still chalkboard ana ye chiro so blackboard no so di enshada mu ti hia ye na projectors nso no so ye hia
ani aya Steven Wonza okosuku ewo Ebura Technical Institute na wode adesade atodwa ye da so wo nwomasuya mu na ukọ asoye hwe nwomasuya mu a Ministry of Education no womo ate asoye foforo ketua bi nkrabata bi ehye womase ye frɛ womo Complementary Education Agency na sa Complementary Education Agency no womo de enhye mienu bi eba ye frɛ sɛ flagship programs baako Complementary Basic Education ena omo de ba akwa be friend remedial program na enie omo se akwada bia wunko suku na wunfie ye mfinhia nwotwe kosi mfinhia edunsia no saa hyehyeye a ye friend no Complementary Basic Education no ye won hyehyeye ye de beboa na so otimanya suku nimdie ni bia ba konso so remedials eno de wa na akwa school na kobolo ujaye ne honkra de ba no eno so ye wodea acting executive secretary Emma Womo ayemame Catherine Apia Pinkra.
The agency is scaling up, targeting a whopping number of 30,000. This will be done in 4 regions and 8 districts. Under this initiative, however, therefore, 6,000 learners across the country have been earmarked to receive free remedial education support to enable them resit for BC and WASI this very year, 2024. This is an audition of out-of-school children, which is the declaration of intent to transform the face of complementary basic education in Ghana.
Eniamuti ye ayama Catherine Apia Pinkra ya oye Executive Secretary acting Emma Complementary Education Agency Ministry of Education mo ebusafo ye free honom na yakọ esuja mine mu ewapuye mante mu na nafua obiribia afunya ya odikan ena ye omahima owo ye Bosugua traditional area na wɔkyerɛ sɛ ahensɛm ho manso sɛm a ɛwɔ kuro no mu no aha kuro no pa twe kuro no mpuntu akwakyerɛ a ɔsrɛ Eastern Region na nanom Eastern Regional House of Chiefs sɛ wɔmmrɛ mu na nneɛma ɛha adwene
nsɛm bi kɔ so a ha kuro no kakra ɛno na yɛkɛsɛ ɛne sɛ yɛwɔ ɔhene to so ɛna kuromafoɔ sɛ wɔn atu no na wɔn asan akɔfa ɔhene asɛm no akɔ house from since 2018 that way up to this time NC me opinion there me pese we speed up nema na kurono so no yade ye ho no speed up nema e wo court because asem na aba court and I saw House of Chiefs it almost speed up nema emaye na yende ye ho na kurono so entumpon na obi a ho enton because of that ntin bibia ankoso wo kurono
Ani aye nana efua obiribia afunya odi kan Bosugua mahema no na nuachi no ye ne amanfo di nkomo maburu no baako a ye fra no Alfred Kofi Ansa edi nkomo na ense ba kan no so na asefem pa
no kware menua me ba wate asese yufa wo krom no omobo anju omomo kronim omomo kran omomo abuchiri enemranti wa ne maba aba no pe omukro empuntu sisi kuro no behwe omunsa afidu a one working kan wo ho sese kuro no betumi agina isan say Regional House of Chiefs ekuta assembly mu na court ekuta assembly mu na yehu sene nsem no kono achama nti yede nkotodwe egufem esre Regional House of Chiefs say won sore mebo abusu nsem no abedi ho no won sore nkasa yesre court yede ahobrase esre court sie pomocho o mine pomocho anyi ye kura yufa ewo boso nyina pomocho se asem no ache yesre wo mo omama ye hu babi a asem na si na ne sese odi hinu no ye
we aye ora Alfred Kofi Ansa oye babunu ya owo Bosogua ena busafo mate no ye ka mo se boss be electricals e de nkane aba wo yes aba bob no ye wo de yusu awia solar ni bi ti dum nkane ya wo mpata mo nyina nko a wo de num kira so hyiren obi abeka se wakwa top plant bi na so na to bob no nyina free boss be electricals wo ba ha ye de animtie e na beje wo frank mo enya agro bra na beto bi watem CCTV cameras outdoor standing fan ceiling fa haya e na ye ton no ye wadum boss plaza ba bia Oiripa TV no Oiripa FM we haya na Promise TV ni Promise FM yenso ye wo ni nyina bi wa ha enna okọ PZ and theater ko for dan mu enna ba akoso wo ho a ye no so ne kayetia na di enum hwento ba ye betumi aboa wo Emmanuel Oduefour enna adopai osansem nyina mu ma yen me ne ye Joseph Amoaten enna namo Oduefour na na sabere pinaman na na penkra hen chiame na msom ye enne eye me wo fa ase Lodina Bema Ajimai birthday Lodina Bema Ajimai ena na woda wonya finhia nkrone okọ school ewo Prissy Montessori Academy ya won career ne nana honorable Yabo Ahema ena ewo hye no ntino Lodina wonana Yabo Ahema se opewasem odo ne mpaye ne se onyame be hyira wo na wabechen first lady kura mpo ya ye do to no onyame ntenem enche Lodina Christ asomdwe enkamo ntimi de mu se anom na ye ka mo se eni mfinsiensia pepeapa eboni etu anananom ewonse do ewosunya kwan so anopai na me hene freme apenkra hene baafo kwasi dakwa otoso miensa freme se Oduefour eboni fremu nane mfinsia miensia nti no ya mabusuafo nyina ne Ghanafoɔ nyina yakɔ Yademosi Oduefour na sabere pino manie na penkra hene chiame me sorry na mama part ebetena se edit the bread of life ato so Mr. Michael yaw asumai ona na yere maame hana omo Christ asunye nka mo nyina. Thank you Lord Jesus.